I don't know what it looks like on a Mac because I'm not rich. Hello, my name is Saskia and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title today, I'm going to kind of talk to you about like a free YouTube setup, like how to make a YouTube account but actually for cheap, because I always find these videos and they're like, oh, this is like really cheap, and it's like, but you need a $300 camera. That is not what I'm going to call cheap. Or they're like, oh, invest in this editing software. And I'm like, well, in the long run it might be cheap, but it's not cheap right now. So anyone that wants to start a YouTube channel, literally like now, within the next week or so, this video is going to have 3 ways to start a YouTube channel, as in like 3 ways to film and edit, and then cheap-ish, like as cheap as you're going to get ways to film, edit, YouTube stuff. So I have a little notebook here with different kind of sections. So first we're going to talk about filming, how to film a YouTube video. And this is more like what to use to film. So when I first started YouTube, I filmed using an iPhone 6 camera, literally the front camera, not even the back camera, because I didn't really, I knew how to film using the back camera, but like I don't really know how to make sure that I was in frame, because you can't check. And like I film against a window, which means I literally used to just put my phone against the window and just like look in the viewfinder and be like, yeah, that's got me in it. Press, sit back, film for 40 minutes, edit it on my phone. Like, yeah. Up until the Eating Your Fear Foods videos, everything was filmed on iPhone 6. And I know that Eating Your Fear Foods video is such low quality, but it's because I did not know that I was exporting. Basically, I didn't know that there was like aperture settings on my camera, which I've now fixed. So I didn't know that you could like change the brightness. Like I read the manual, couldn't understand it at all. And then also it turns out that literally until like 2 videos ago, I've been exporting everything in 720p, not 1080. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, my quality, because it's not the quality that you would necessarily get. So yes, I filmed using an iPhone 6s camera. If you have an iPhone or a phone with a camera that's honestly just like, and I would say like what I've written down is 12 megapixels 12 megapixels plus. Like, I'm not going to say that the quality of my first few videos was good at all, but as I started to get to uni, I don't know why, but the lighting got better and the video quality really isn't that bad considering I filmed on an iPhone. Like, you know, like, so if you have an iPhone, like I know loads of people use iPhone X, I don't know, one of the new ones, and the camera quality is literally like almost as good as like the proper big cameras that some people use. So if you have a good quality camera on your phone, film on your phone, and then you don't have to buy any kind of camera equipment. Like, film on your phone, put it in front of a window, sit somewhere. You don't even need a nice setup. I literally just put flowers in the background because I happen to have some. Otherwise, I don't care. So then I did a bit of Googling of some YouTube cameras, or just cameras that you can use for YouTube that have a flip screen. I find the flip screen so helpful. I don't know how I would film without a flip screen. Like, even if I knew I was in frame, I wouldn't trust myself at all. Like, having the viewfinder right on top of the camera is so helpful. I mean, I don't look into the camera, I do look into the viewfinder because I find it really weird to look into the camera. But yes, I found a couple of cameras with a flip screen for like vlogging style videos. All of them are refurbished. Don't buy a new camera, like, unless you're asking it for like Christmas or birthday or something and someone's gonna spend money on you. Honestly, don't bother. My camera's refurbished. It's like refurbished B, like not even A, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like not even slight issues with it at all. So first I'm going to talk about the camera that I have. I have a Panasonic Lumix DC TZ90. I got mine refurbished from CEX. I will link all the cameras I talk about down below if you want to like browse them. I can't lie, the CEX website was not very helpful for looking at this. I originally looked at this camera on other websites and then just decided I was going to get it from CEX because it was the cheapest. But like the CEX website really doesn't say much about like specs, or like it's got like one picture. It was not helpful. So like if you're going to look at a camera, look on other websites and then probably get it from CEX. So you can get this from between 130 and 200 pounds refurbished. Like 130 I think is refurbished C. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like there might be like a scratch, But to be honest, as long as you can still see your face, it doesn't matter if there's a scratch on the viewfinder or anything, because it's fine. And then obviously like £200 I think is new. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think £200 is if you get it brand new. Then there is a Sony Cybershot DSC WX500. This is also on CEX. It also has a flip screen and is between £90 and £120. So it is very cheap. Like £120 for like refurbished A-grade camera is very cheap, especially with the flip screen, and I didn't see anything wrong with it. I did a lot of research on this, and for filming, I mean, I use one setting on my camera. Like, I don't do anything fancy, and like there was nothing wrong with this camera. It had the settings, you could change like all of the aperture and the saturation and like focuses and stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I did not see any issues with this camera. And it's the cheapest. So if you do want to like buy a camera but you're a bit like, I don't really want to spend that much money, you can spend 90 quid and have the camera. Like, I know that's a lot of money to some people, but that's definitely like probably the cheapest camera you're gonna find. Then you can get a Canon PowerShot SX 730 HS. That is between £150 and £175, and it is, I will be putting pictures up somewhere, but the thing is, obviously you can't tell that much from a picture. So it is worth literally like going on YouTube and searching like the camera name and then quality, and you can just see someone that has filmed with that camera and just see if the quality looks good enough for you. So that is kind of a selection of cameras. I would, if you're starting out, use your iPhone or use your phone, like, and then kind of eventually, like if you have a birthday or a Christmas coming up, which is literally what I did. Like, I had Christmas coming up and my birthday, and I was like, right, I can't think of anything I want. Here's something that might be helpful. You know, if someone wants to get me this, here is the option. Like, I was perfectly happy to carry on filming with my phone. Like, I wouldn't have probably bought this camera for myself just because it just felt like a lot of money. It was like £150, £160 for a camera. I know that's not that much money, but to me that's a big chunk of money to spend on like one thing. But yeah, if you're just starting out, use your phone, honestly, like. And then if you have got a birthday or Christmas coming up, or you like, you know, get some money in, like I don't know, if you get a bonus at work or something and you want to treat yourself to a camera, then maybe look at getting a refurbished one, because I still wouldn't recommend getting a brand new one. Like, there's nothing wrong with my camera. It might as well be brand new, but it's refurbished B. Like. Then next up, something for filming that I think is quite helpful. Whether you have a camera or not, I did not use this when I just used my phone. I literally used to just put my phone against a window. But now that I have a camera, I use a tripod. I use the DigiCharge Tripod Flexible. This is £9, which I think is really cheap. Like, I see people linking their tripods down below and they link it for like 40 quid. And they're like, this is a really cheap tripod. I'm like, cheap? No. I love my tripod. It's great. You can like bend all of the limbs. I'll put a picture up here. But you can like bend all of the limbs. You can, there's like different attachments. So you can attach a camera, you can attach a phone, you can like tilt the angles, you can like stick it down. It is great. I wouldn't be able to film without it. I don't know. I potentially would be able to film without it, but it would be difficult, and then I'd have to stack books, because basically I used to literally just put my phone on the, like, so let's say this is the window. I literally used to just put my phone like here, and the camera I use is like up here height wise, so I would need like that many books. Like, I don't know, the tripod felt very cheap. I had an Amazon voucher. It was £9. I think it's very helpful for me filming, and I kind of enjoy it. So that is everything I have to talk about filming wise. You can get microphones and things, but my sound quality is fine, I think. I know that I have background noise, but I don't really know how to get rid of that, and I don't think it's like too huge an issue. I literally just go into my editing software, put the volume up, because I don't talk loud enough anyway, but then also like there's no microphone, so I just put it up from like 100% to 150% on my audio, and then you can hear me better. So now I'm going to talk to you about editing software. All of the editing software I'm going to talk about is free, because unless you're like really passionate about editing and you want something like really funky, don't spend money. Like, my editing isn't great. I cut things out, I sometimes add text and pictures, you know, maybe a little bit of zooming in. That's about it, and you can do that on all of these. So first of all, iMovie. If you have a MacBook or you have an iPhone, like I was filming on my iPhone, I would literally take it from camera, go into iMovie, edit the video. Like, iMovie on a phone is a lot worse than iMovie on a MacBook, and then you can literally just like cut things out, add some really bad text, add a couple of sounds, and that was about it. But it did the job, like for beginning videos, and like my beginning videos are my most popular videos, so, you know, but for like the beginning it was fine. It can do the basic things, it can cut things out, like I could put an intro in, I could change the volume, I could put background music on, like it could do everything I needed it to do, and it was free. So iMovie is a great option. So then we have OpenShot. This is what I use on my laptop currently because I don't want to film on my camera, then put it all on my laptop, then move it all to my phone and edit it on iMovie on my phone, when I could just use free editing software on my laptop. Like, I don't see the point in doing that. So yeah, OpenShot is great. I use OpenShot. You can cut things, you can fade the volume, you can do zooming in. It's got loads of transitions. Like, you can up the saturation of clips, brightness of clips. I mean, I'm sure if you know how to use editing software, you could do some funky things with it. I don't. I use the cutting tool, I fade the volume, I add titles, I sometimes zoom and I add pictures. You know, that's about it. You can do all of those things for free. It's very easy to navigate because I'm not tech savvy, I'm not tech smart, I can't do tech stuff. And I can use OpenShot, so, you know, if you're not very good with tech, OpenShot is free. Like, even if you like to film on your phone and you don't have like editing software on your phone, just plug it onto your Google Drive and then take it from Google Drive and edit it on OpenShot. OpenShot, it will, when you go to export, it will originally go to export in 720p. Change this. I did not change this for the first like 10 videos I filmed. And you can export it in all the way up to like 4K Ultra HD, which, I mean, I would do, but I think 1080p looks good enough for me. I don't see the point in, you know, taking longer to export it for the quality to be looking pretty much the same, but you can like see a bit more of my acne, you know? And then another free editing software is Lightworks. I don't understand Lightworks. Lightworks is a little bit too confusing for me. Like, I would say I've spoken about these in level of ease, as in like iMovie is like the most basic, like at least on an iPhone. I don't know what it looks like on a Mac because I'm not rich. But like iMovie is definitely the most easy one to navigate. Then I would say OpenShot, and then I would say Lightworks. I'm sure if I started out on Lightworks, I would understand how to use it, but it's too confusing for me. You can definitely do more stuff than you can do on OpenShot, or you can do the same, and I've just not found out how to do them on OpenShot. But if you're a little bit more tech savvy, or like you want to spend a bit more time learning how to edit first, I would say Lightworks is a very good option. It's free. I'm pretty sure it's all free. You can edit it like fine, you can export it all fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great option. So those are three really, you know, they're free editing softwares. They can, you know, cut things out, add audio, and that's pretty much a YouTube video. Like, you film something for 40 minutes, you cut it down to 20 minutes, you add a background track, you add an intro and an outro, and you put it up and you're done. And you could do that on all those editing softwares quite easily. iMovie is definitely the easiest to navigate for me, but I've used OpenShot for about a month, and I can definitely use it a lot better now. It's just about learning how to actually use the editing software and learning like how you want to edit and like what your editing style is. So then I'm going to talk about quite possibly my favourite website ever, Canva. You know, back in the fanfiction days, this is what we used to make our Wattpad covers. And by we, I do mean everyone. Like, if you weren't using Canva, you were too cool. You were using Photoshop because you actually had skill. But like, Canva was like OG Wattpad fanfiction cover making, and that's the only reason I know about it. Basically, Canva is great. You can use it to make channel art, icons, intros, thumbnails. I use it for my thumbnails, I use it for my channel art, and I use it for my icon. I don't use it for my intros because I don't like their templates and I'm not creative enough to make my own, so yeah. But you can like animate text, you can pick any colours that you want. It's got elements like pretty stickers that you can like put on. You can add like pictures in different shapes, you can edit the pictures. Like, Canva is great. I don't really have too much to say about like a YouTube starter kit because it's supposed to be a starter kit, it's supposed to be basic. Like, you know, here is a couple of options. You know, film on your phone, edit on iMovie on your phone, or edit on OpenShot on your laptop, make your stuff with Canva, done. You know, film on a camera, edit it on OpenShot on your laptop, make your stuff with Canva, done. There you go. Like, It's very easy. YouTube is a lot easier than people make it seem, at least at the beginning. I don't know, you know, I'm sure once you get a few subscribers and you actually have to make your videos good, it gets difficult, but while no one expects good content from you, it's very easy. And like at the beginning, make mistakes, no one cares. My intro was too loud at the beginning. I've changed my intro like 5 times. Like you can change things, you know, you can have like music that you always use in the background and then realise I don't like that music and just change it. Like, do what you want. Also, another quick note, I think it's called thematic or thematic. I think it's thematic. I always link the music I use in the background of my videos in the description because I have to link it for it to get like allowed on YouTube. But if you want music, thematic is great. It's got so many different songs. I tend to stick to the same like 3 songs, but it will also tell you like what's popular and it will show you videos that use that sound. So if you want to like kind of promote your videos on thematic, use the music that's popular and it'll get promoted on thematic for free. So little hack for you. But yeah, that is the video. That's everything I have to say. If you have any questions, which I'm sure you don't because I'm not an expert, but you know, this is a very simple kind of YouTube starter kit, like a way to start YouTube. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful in some way, shape or form. I will link everything I've spoken about down below. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.